Hey, everybody. This is Maxine Taylor, America's first licensed astrologer, and I have your December 2020 astrological overview. This is the overview for the entire month. Now, we just had an eclipse, November 30th, and we're going to have another eclipse this month on the 14th, December 14th. Eclipses usually occur in pairs or even in sets of three. We feel the effects, I have it in quotes because the eclipse planets don't make us do anything. They reflect what we are doing, what's happening, and where we are going. And so we feel the effects of an eclipse at least a week before it occurs and until the next batch come along. But they're at their peak 3 to 4 months after they occur. So we've got the November 30th eclipse and the December 14th eclipse as our pair that are going to travel together, which is always fascinating to me. All right, so let's talk about where the planets are. First of all, the sun, the giver of life, the center of our life, is in optimistic, jovial, philosophical, I want to spread my wings and soar, Sagittarius, until the 21st, when it moves into practical, logical, I don't mope, I don't hope, I cope, Capricorn, who understands the value of money and the power of money, and how wonderful it is to be at the top of the mountain, even if there's only room for one, because the view is magnificent. And that is ultimately where Capricorn wants to be. Sagittarius wants to be on a plane going anywhere. Capricorn wants to be at the top of the mountain. Our next planet, because the Sun, Mercury, and Venus travel as a team. Mercury, our conscious mind, what we think about, what we talk about, it is in Scorpio on the 1st, period. That's it, one day. And then it moves into Sagittarius where it joins the sun. And so it's thinking big thoughts, communicating big pictures. I just love it. And Mercury in Sag allows you to see the big picture and express it in a way people might be able to understand it. And then on the 20th, it too moves into Capricorn, just like the sun does on the 21st. And our thinking, this is international, worldwide, our thinking becomes more logical, more practical. Let's get down to business. It's 5 days before Christmas, and that's when, a lot of people get real serious because it's Christmas time and it's a ho, ho, ho time. So be happy. Okay. Venus, the planet of love and beauty and money, is in Scorpio uh, till the 15th. Now, Venus in Scorpio is undergoing a transformation. It does, pretty much every year right around now. You're thinking deeply about your what you want, passionately. Even little kids, they're writing their letters to Santa that they really, really want what they're putting on this list. So Santas, all you Santas out there, they're very passionate about what they want. And then on the 15th, it's time to play because Venus moves into Sagittarius. And so Venus is the lesser benefic. Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius, is the greater benefic. The two mesh because Venus is in Jupiter's sign, and it's happy time. And this would be the time to, I have to think in terms of 2020. This would be the time to throw a virtual Christmas party. Get the eggnog ready. We're doing everything now either outdoors, and it may be a little brisk for an outdoor party, or virtually. And Mars. Mars is action. Mars is energy. Mars is what we throw ourselves into. Mars is what comes first to us. Mars is what we fight with and fight for. It is in its own sign, Aries. that says my way or the highway. And while it is still no longer retrograde, it is still in the shadow of the retrograde, which will end January 4th. So sometimes it feels like we're not making progress, whether it's at work, in politics, it doesn't matter. Um, After January 4th, things will really start moving quickly. So wherever Mars is in your solar chart, and I will tell you exactly where it is in your solar chart, that's where the energy is going to be blasting. Okay, so let's see. We have a new moon, which is a solar eclipse, on December 14th. It's in 23 degrees of Sagittarius. Find 23 degrees of Sagittarius in your birth chart. If you have anything in Sagittarius, of course, it is activated by this eclipse. However, if you have the sun, the moon, or the ascendant in Sagittarius, it's even stronger. And if you have the sun, the moon, or the ascendant within 23 degrees of Sagittarius, that means excuse me, I want to make sure. Yes, 23 degrees. That means 18 of Sag to 28 of Sag. If that eclipse falls within those parameters on your sun, your moon, or your ascendant, you will be experiencing a new life eclipse. It's not a new chapter, it's a whole new life. So decide what you want because it is imminent. And what will probably happen is that if you are on the path, on the spiritual path, because you're having opportunities for a new life, everything that has been blocking you from it can surface. So don't be concerned. I mean, if old issues come up, great, because they're coming up to be resolved. So you can spread your wings and soar in Sag. I get goosebumps thinking about it. Okay, so that's the new moon on the 14th. The full moon is on either December 29th or 30th, depending on where you live on this planet. And it is in call it 9 degrees. It's 8:53 of Cancer. I'll call it 9. It's 7 minutes left. It's 9. And on the full moon, things come to a head, as you know. And so this is where the seeds that you plant with the December 14th Sagittarius eclipse come to fruition on the December 29th or 30th full moon. So everybody's going to be ready for the eclipse and the full moon because we're waiting for January 20th. I know that one. Okay, I will have my full moon ceremony virtually, of course, on my YouTube channel, Maxine Taylor Astrologer. You can see it there. Now, I want to mention something that's happening that's very, very interesting. On the 1st through the 16th of December, Jupiter is exactly conjunct Saturn. Jupiter and Saturn are polar opposites. Jupiter is the great benefic. In old-timey astrology books, Saturn is the downer. Saturn is the one that's very serious. Saturn traditionally rules restriction and fear, and I don't interpret Saturn that way anymore. To me, Saturn is responsibility. I don't mean burden or obligation. My definition of responsibility is respond to your ability as a leader, Saturn. Now, doesn't that feel good? And Jupiter is a lot of, it expands whatever it touches. So Saturn is saying, listen, Jupiter, I was going to say, listen, Junior, but because Saturn is the authority figure. Listen, Jupiter, let's not get too carried away with expanding financially, emotionally, whatever. Let's look at life realistically. Jupiter says, oh, Capricorn, look at these opportunities that you've got. It's going to be great. Jupiter is God's law, Saturn is man's law. Depending on what they trigger in your chart, you can have a beautiful blend of the two, or they can be not playing nicely with other children. Okay? Depends on your chart and what's going on. And speaking of your chart, my readings make a terrific holiday gift for your friends and loved ones, and that includes you. So if you would like a reading from me, if I haven't done it before, just go to my website, MaxineTaylor.com. You will find all different reading options, and you will find a very affordable computerized report, the Blue Star reports. I think you'll find them very affordable and very, very helpful. And so now let's get on with your personal solar chart for the month of December. And so till we meet again, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Bye for now.